Hello there guys and welcome to Daily Updates. The fight between Jacob Zuma and Jabulani Khumalo for the presidency of the Umkhonto weSizwe Party is a heated one. We are just a few days away from voting, but the two leaders are neck to neck fighting each other for this leadership position. If you remember well, Jacob Zuma actually wrote a letter as the leader of the party to expel Mr. Jabulani Khumalo together with the four others. So after being expelled, Jabulani Khumalo said that he would find time to sit down with Jacob Zuma because he doesn't believe that whatever is written there are true. So now it looks like those that were written there emerged as the truth from Jacob Zuma, because now Jabulani Khumalo is taking action as the leader of the MK party, and he wrote a letter to the IEC which reads as follows. I'll just read some extract from the letter. The letter says, to the IEC, I write to you in my capacity as the president of Umkhonto weSizwe Party. This is to request the immediate removal of Mr. Zuma's name as the face of MKP and president of MKP. I sent a letter to the commission on the 9th of April 2024 in which I stated that Mr. Zuma would be the face of the party. The letter is attached. To provide a brief background, I formed the MKP in 2023. I registered it with the IEC on the 7th of September 2023. Prior to the registration of MKP, I consulted for political advice and guidance with former President Jacob Zuma. During those consultations, Mr. Zuma proposed that any name of the party should be aligned to the ANC because there are too many political parties and the brand of the ANC is entrenched within the public and population. In fact, the name Umkhonto weSizwe was proposed by Mr. Zuma. I was responsible for the registration of MKP with Electoral Commission. Mr. Zuma also assisted with raising of funds for the registration, which was around 705,000 rands. I am not at liberty to name the persons who paid for the registration. During December 2023, Mr. Zuma proposed that MKP should be launched on the 16th of December because that is the date when the real Umkhonto weSizwe was launched. I agreed with the proposal. At all times, it was always understood that Mr. Zuma is not a member of MKP but would assist in the campaign. In fact, when he announced his decision to vote and campaign for MKP on the 16th of December, he made it clear that he would remain a member of the ANC. I remember that. Mr. Zuma is not a member of the executive committee. There had been a rumor that Mr. Zuma intended to eject the party, but I rejected these rumors because I understood the relationship with Mr. Zuma is solid. On the 23rd of April 2024, I was called into a meeting with several individuals who are not in the National Executive Committee but had been active in MKP. Mr. Zuma announced that I had been removed as the president of the party, as he would henceforth become the president. During that meeting, a fraudulent letter was prepared for transmission to the IEC announcing that I would no longer be on the list of candidates and that Mr. Zuma would be the face of the president and the president of MKP. I sent a letter to the IEC in which I confirmed that Mr. Zuma would be the face of the party. At no stage did I confirm that Mr. Zuma would be the president of the party. Mr. Zuma's conduct has brought MKP into disrepute, and he has acted contrary to the terms of the constitution of the party. He has purported to remove me as a party leader without following procedure. Furthermore, it had been widely discussed within MKP that after election, certain individuals, including an active member and a leader of opposition, would take over as the president of MKP. Mr. Zuma's daughter, Ms. Duduzile Zuma, has also persistently and publicly disgraced my name. In these circumstances, I request urgent that the Electoral Committee should remove Mr. Zuma's name as the face of MKP. He should also be immediately removed as the president of the MKP. He occupies both positions through fraudulent and illegal maneuvers. The interim executive will be taking steps immediately to address the conduct of Mr. Zuma through the structures of the party. That is what Jabulani Khumalo is saying, that Mr. Zuma, this place where you are saying that you are the leader of the MKP is fraudulent. And me and you know very well that I am the real leader, because you came into this party to offer support, campaign, and your vote. That's all. Okay, you brought the money, 705,000 rands, that you brought to us to register such a good deed, and you didn't get it from yourself. It was paid through some other people who gave you that money. But we thank that. But that doesn't mean that you own the party, according to Jabulani. And furthermore, to say that, Mr. Zuma, your conduct is bringing MKP into disrepute, because every time you issue things, they are being fraudulent. Even the letter that you wrote after expelling me, alerting IEC of my removal from the list, was fraudulent. So I want to make sure that, Mr. Zuma, you are not the leader that you want to be in the MK party, because the real leader is Mr. Jabulani. The real leader is me. I want to be the leader, and you have to be removed, as you are just trying to bring another leader after election who's going to be the leader of MKP from an opposition party. While looking at this, actually, one could really listen to the words of Julius Malema when he spoke about the fact that Jacob Zuma is not going to parliament. Jacob Zuma cannot accept the nomination to parliament because he's going to lose all the perks of being a former president. So it shows that he's not going to be removed, but they're saying in turn, another leader of the opposition is going to take over as the leader and the president of the MKP, which puts Jabulani Khumalo on the side and expelled leader. Going into this, you have to feel like there's some sort of Cope fight in this MK party. Remember how Cope fought for the positions and the leadership. It is happening in the MKP. Zuma is there, Duduzile is there. Jabulani says, I'm not going to be bullied by the two. I am the real leader of MK party. But then when these people are doing this, fighting each other, and the one sending the letter to IEC to remove Zuma, where are the voters? Are they being taken into consideration? Because when you fight, you have to understand that it is not amongst yourself who suffer. It's the people who put the trust in you. There are people who left other parties to say that we believe Jacob Zuma and the MK party are going to rescue us and bring us to the promised land. But the leaders who are supposed to bring them are fighting amongst themselves. We are about to vote, and a lot of party will celebrate, especially the ANC, because the breakout of the MK party means more votes for the ANC. Because people now are confused that you guys brought us from the ANC and said that we are going to form a party for you, but now you are fighting. If ever it becomes successful, because there is an issue that actually the real person with the signature in the IEC is Mr. Jabulani Khumalo. Say that it happens that the IEC says, well, we accept your letter, and matter of fact, we are going to remove Zuma. That is going to end in court again, because Zuma is not going to let that slide easily. Then we have another court battle before the elections, just amongst a party that just started, launched in December. I feel like they need to take their voters into consideration and give them that confidence that this will be sorted. Because now Jabulani is hitting back. Zuma started the fight a few weeks ago. Jabulani is hitting back. Are the voters of MKP safe? Because if the fight continues, they have to be worried. They have to be worried that, well, what if we are voting for MK party, but it's just going to be another Cope? Because Cope was surrounded by fights for leadership. Mbazima Shilowa, Lekota, remember that era of those guys fighting. Now we have Cope, Zuma, and Jabulani. The people of South Africa should be worried, should be very worried, saying that, well, MK Party was the solution. But what we are seeing now is another story. And the serious people of South Africa and KZN mainly should be very worried to say that if you are not going to help, if you are not going to show some maturity in leadership, then we are not going to vote for you. Because at this point, we need clear direction. There's no time for fights. What they should be doing is to be on the road campaigning